Bonjour, this is our second lesson on talking about a healthy diet for this week. Okay, so we're going to build on our knowledge from last lesson and start trying to write our own little passages as well. Okay, so little starter activity to match the beginnings of sentences to the correct endings. You need to think about what the verb in the beginning half is saying. So if it's je mange, that's I eat, je bois, I drink, je joue, I play, je fais, I do, je suis, I am. So think about what would make sense and make a good sentence. So your first task this week is going to be planning a little bit of writing. So I'm going to give you a little writing frame to plan the first couple of sentences out. So I'll talk you through it. So you're going to start with an opinion phrase. Je pense que, je crois que, or selon moi, which means I think that, I believe that, according to me. So you choose one of them. And then you put in the next bit which says j'ai un régime, I have a diet. Now in English we would be putting in an adjective before that, but obviously in French that's going to come next. So these are some quantifiers, so words très, very, vraiment, really, assez, quite, un peu, a bit. And then sain or malsain is healthy or unhealthy. Okay, and then we're going to go on to give some reasons. So we'll be next putting parce que, which means because, and then je mange, I eat, or je ne mange pas, I don't eat, je bois, I drink, je ne bois pas, I don't drink. And then these are words that talk about the amount. Okay, so beaucoup de, a lot of, plein de, lots of, une variété de, a variety of, trop de, too much of, or too many. Fruits et légumes, céréales, féculents, protéines, produits sucrés, produits laitiers, nourriture grasse. So it's fruit and veg, cereals, protein, sweet things, dairy products, and fatty foods. And then at the bottom it's got par exemple, so you could then go on to give example of some of the foods that you eat or don't eat. Okay, so I want you to put that together to come up with a couple of sentences in French. Okay, following that structure through. Okay, task 2, you've got quite complex little reading passages here. People talking about their eating habits, okay? What they like eating and what they don't like eating and what they think about these things. Okay, there are questions on the next slide. Okay, these are the tasks to go with the reading passages on the previous slide. So the first 8 is simply identifying which person it is, and then you've got 7 questions there that are true or false. Vrai ou faux en français. Okay, so for your last task today, it's to build on to the writing that you did as the first task for today. So just build it up a little bit more by adding another sentence or two to it. You've got your grid here. D'habitude, normalement, usually, normally, pour le petit déjeuner, for breakfast, pour le déjeuner, for lunch, pour le dîner, for dinner. Je mange, I eat, je bois, I drink, je prends, I have. Then you add your du de la day, depending on if the food or drink you're going to mention is masculine, feminine, or plural. Obviously, there also exists the de l with apostrophe if your food item begins with a vowel or an H. So add in an item of food or drink, and then you've got words to say because, car and parce que both being because, or you could put in mais, which means but, cependant, however, and then you've got your adjectives to describe what the food's like. C'est délicieux, it's delicious. Savoureux, tasty. Bon pour la santé, good for your health. Sucré, sweet. Salé, salty. Ça contient beaucoup de, it contains a lot of. C'est riche en, it's rich in. C'est faible en, slow in. And then you've got vitamine, calories, graisse saturée. So vitamins, calories, saturated fats, protein, calcium, calcium, and fer is iron. Okay, so I don't necessarily want a sentence about every single meal and every single item of food, but if you just choose a couple of things to write about to show whether you think that your diet is healthy or not so healthy. So you maybe want to say something that's good and something that's bad that you do, just to give it a bit of balance. Okay? I'm also going to post a little reading passage for this week too, because that's quite a short lesson, okay?